Hello, day 21. You know what that means? 3 weeks down. 3 weeks down. You did it. 3 weeks. In fact, 21 days is one of the numbers that people give to create a new habit. It takes 21 days. Now, I believe it takes much longer than that, but 21 days is an incredible start. And so I want to commend you. I just want to start by applauding you. You've done great. And if you've memorized all these verses, you've got a wealth of knowledge up here. And if you haven't, today's Sunday, so I encourage you to go back, take today, and just review all of the verses that we've done. I know it's a lot. I've given you a couple slam dunks in there that made it pretty easy, but memorize these verses. You will benefit from it. Remember, this is the Renewing Your Mind Challenge. And Paul tells us in Romans 12:2 that we are transformed by the renewing of our mind. So as we renew our mind, our whole life will be transformed. In fact, one of the things that I want to do today, well, first of all, we have to go back to the verse. We have to go back to the verse. But at the end, I want, in case I forget to do it later, I would love to hear anything in your life that has changed. So over this 21 days so far, and we still have a week and a little bit more to go. But over this 3 weeks so far, if you've noticed some changes in you as a result of this challenge, I would love to have you write that in the chat. That would be amazing. But first, we got to go to the verse. The verse today was actually 2 verses because I couldn't resist. I just couldn't resist. So the first one, really difficult, 1 Thessalonians 5:16. I get it backwards all the time. Always be joyful. Always be joyful. Maybe it sounds too good to be true or easier said than done, but look at the next one. Philippians 4:4. Paul said, always be full of joy in the Lord. I say it again, rejoice. Philippians 4:4. He said it twice. He said it twice. Always be joyful in the Lord. I'll say it again, rejoice. You have to understand something about this. Paul was writing that verse from prison. From prison. So we need to get it out of our head that we can't choose to be joyful. We just need to get it out. Because our circumstances, as much as they do matter, there's one area they don't have to matter, and that is in our attitude. That is in our attitude. We can choose a joyful attitude regardless of our circumstances, and Paul is proof of that. Because not only did he do it in prison there, but he did it in every circumstance. This guy was amazing. He suffered terribly, and yet he was joyful. He was joyful. I wanted to bring one more verse in. And this isn't one for you to memorize, but you sure can if you want. But at the end of Nehemiah 8:10, he says, don't be dejected or sad, for the joy of the Lord is your strength. Don't be dejected or sad, for the joy of the Lord is your strength. If he can tell us not to be dejected or sad, now, he's talking about a particular day where they were going to hear the reading of the word of the Lord, and it was a powerful celebration day. So he's saying, listen, do not be dejected or sad, for the joy of the Lord is your strength. He's telling them, you have a choice. You have a choice what kind of attitude you're going to have. Nobody chooses that for you. Nobody chooses that for you. You can wake up on the right side of the bed or the wrong side of the bed. That's up to you. It's totally up to you. Things could go south in a hurry. I can tell you, as I've been doing this challenge, I have been challenged in so many ways. It seems like yesterday I had the dropsies. Okay? Like every time I would turn around, something would fall over, or something would drop, or something would spill, or something would break. It was unbelievable. And if you know me at all, you know that that is like my kryptonite, right? Spills are the worst for me. I just hate cleaning up messes. So yesterday was a challenge, and I'm like, okay, Lord, I get what you're doing here. The voice was, or the verse was all about being joyful, and so I have to choose my attitude. And I think you could talk to my family, and they'd say I had a good attitude yesterday. I did. And it was all by choice. It was not by circumstance. So today, work on your attitude. And in fact, don't work on your attitude. Choose to be joyful in the Lord. Rejoice in the Lord always. And again, I say, rejoice. Always be joyful. All right, listen. Tomorrow, we kick off an intense week. This is going to be a week where we put what we've learned into practice. We know God. We know the importance of knowing Him and knowing His Word. We trust God. We know the importance of trusting Him and His Word. We've learned what it means to obey God in some simple things. But now we're going to hope again. We're going to dream again. And it's going to be combined with some serious action. So prepare yourself. Pray today. Get your attitude right, because tomorrow is when we put this change into action. So, hey, God bless you. Have an amazing day. Oh, and write in the chat something that has changed about you in this renewing your mind process. Something that you have noticed that is different. Something that you're doing different. Something you're feeling different. Something you're thinking different. Put something in the chat to encourage everyone else that's doing this. Hey, God bless you. We'll see you tomorrow.